fucking traumatized me. As you can see, guys, I'm gonna review Ari Aster's latest film, Midsommar. Before I start this review, I'm gonna keep it short, sweet, simple, and to the motherfucking point. Oh my god, guys. I'm really fucking disturbed right now.
Holy crap, I am freaking out.
So before I get even more disturbed, let me tell you who stars in Midsommar. Midsommar stars Florence Pugh. It also stars Will Poulter, William Jackson, Jack Rayner, and Wilhelm Bloomgreen. I hope I said all those names right because this cast deserves a disturbing round of applause because Jesus Christ, I've never been this fucking disturbed by a fucking movie that I've seen at the movie theater. I've seen other movies at home that didn't make it to theaters that have truly fucking freaked me out, but Midsommar really fucking freaked me out. I wasn't expecting to get freaked out at all. I went into this movie thinking like, it might be a little bit weird. It kind of seems kind of like The Wicker Man, sort of. Not this Wicker Man.
What is that? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Open my eyes! Eyes! Ah! Ah!
This Wicker Man, the original Wicker Man. Not the Nick Cage, not the Beast, not that Wicker Man. But yeah, Ari Aster again does not disappoint. This guy is one pleasantly fucked up individual. You have to be a pleasantly fucked up individual to come up with something like Midsommar. Oh my god, guys. Before I suck this movie's dick too much, let me tell you what this fucking movie is actually about. Midsommar is about Danny and Christian, who are a couple that are a really dysfunctional couple, and Danny is like riddled with anxiety and depression, and Christian is just a huge fucking asshole. Don't ever be a Christian, guys. If you're out there, don't ever be a fucking Christian in a relationship because that guy's a fucking asshole. Anyway, before I get too sidetracked, Danny and Christian, they're in a like dysfunctional relationship, and something really traumatic happens to Danny, and so she gets really like more down in the dumps than she usually is. And Christian thinks it's a bright idea to like kind of like leave her and go on a trip with his friends to a midsummer trip in Sweden. And well, he gets a little bit of sense and tells her like, hey, do you want to come with us? And she's just like, alright, I guess. So she ends up going with them. And they visit their friends. His name's Pele, I believe. And they visit his village in Sweden. And they're joining the festivities there. And everything's all nice and hunky-dory until it isn't all fucking nice and hunky-dory. And it takes a little bit to get to that point, but once it gets to that point, you're just like, oh my fucking god. I was literally like gripping the fucking cup holder, the armrest / cup holders at the fucking theater where I was sitting. There was luckily nobody sitting in the row that I was sitting in. I was just there like, oh god. I was like, whew, guys, that was exhilarating. They gave me anxiety. They made me feel exhilarated. I was in it, dude. Midsommar, it took me there. I wasn't expecting it to take me anywhere, but holy fuck did it take me there. This movie is also beautifully shot, as you can see. This shot right here is just gorgeous. Everything in this film is gorgeous. Ari Aster is an amazing director. He makes good use of a lot of like minor visual effects that if you pay close attention, you'll see like certain things, because in this film, a lot of the times, characters in this film, especially the Danny and Christian, the Christian character, they're like tripping like on what I assume is like LSD laced drinks, and I assume they lace the food as well, because they're constantly like high on like this LSD like infused drink, and little subtle things will pop up that, you know, remind you like, hey, these people are not in full control. Like their cognitive abilities are kind of like getting all fucking screwy and fucked up. And that's where this movie excels. It does a lot of good visual effects with that LSD aspect. And again, it's also really fucked up. This is one of the most fucked up films that I've seen in a long time, and it's gory, it's gruesome, but it's not gruesome and gory to where you're just like, oh really? Ew. It's like interesting. It's interesting. It's like it's interesting to see these people and their paganistic like rituals and stuff like that. And like one thing it taught me was don't ever fucking trust Swedish people. Don't go to Sweden. Don't trust Swedish people. Don't ever take a weird creepy tea that somebody that you don't know offers you. Midsommar has taught me these things. Midsommar also made me like never want to leave the United States ever. But I had so much fun with this film. As much as it disturbed me and like mentally fucked me up, I had so much fun with it because this is the first time in a long time that a horror film actually had some sort of effect on me. Normally when I watch horror films, even though I'm a massive fucking horror fan, I kind of just like sit there and watch them and they don't really do anything for me or do anything to me. This film definitely did something to me. I don't know what it did, but it did something to me. Like, oh my god, I highly recommend that you get out and watch this film. I don't want to spoil anything for you other than this movie is a wild fucking ride. It's surreal, it's captivating, it's beautifully shot, and it's also oddly funny at times. And it's supposed to be funny. It's not like unintentionally funny. The parts that you'll laugh at in this film, you're supposed to laugh at them. This is a black comedy / horror film, and emphasis on the black comedy. Because this film is fucking dark. It is pitch black. It is dark. I'm going to kind of wrap it up there, guys, because I do want you to go see Midsommar. Midsommar is fucking... It's worth seeing in the theaters, guys. Go and support this fucking movie. You know, you got Spider-Man that's out, which I'm going to review later in the week. And you got, you know, other big franchise movies that are out. And this film isn't any of those things. You know, it's a smaller film, but it deserves your attention nonetheless. I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10. Just because how it made me feel. I actually felt something with this film. And how just straight fucked up this movie is. And how beautifully shot this movie is. Which is kind of a weird thing to be in one movie. Like, really fucked up, but beautiful at the same time. I'm Ryan T, guys, and get out there and watch Midsommar.